Oh, I'm live. I am live. How is this? This looks awful. Oh, time to light me up. Let's go backlighting going. That looks even worse. Great. Let me check and see if this is working. I got my little YouTube app here. Let's see. Casual commentators. Is it going to say we're live? It better say we're live because we are absolutely live. We're live. Woo! We're live. Woo! Ha! This is so weird. Look at this. Ha! This is so weird. Look at this. I've created a paradox, and I'm sorry for that. Let me adjust this just so it's not too. This is weird lighting. Oh, big. Haha. Nope, I don't work out because I hurt my ankle, and now I just don't like working out. Can I like my own? I can't like my own video. I can't. But what I can do is like it through here. Let's see that. Let's see that turn to 1. Boom, 1 like. That's me. I'm really sad. Okay. Where's iMovie? So for no one watching right now, I figured, why would I edit the next one? I'm editing the butterfly effect defense video right now. That's what I'm doing. And I was like, because I enabled. So, gosh, there's so much explanation that I need to do for this. So I enabled live stream yesterday because I was going to be doing a live stream of The Punisher season 2. I thought that might be cool. I just spilled water on a white shirt. It's a wet T-shirt contest. Ha, just kidding. I thought it'd be cool, and it would be better for me to do. That is. I hold the light. I am the light stick. I thought it'd be better for me to do. What am I trying to say right now? I don't know. I was like, boo. But I was watching The Punisher season 2 earlier, and the live stream wasn't set up yet, and I got the notification that it was set up, and I was like, oh, well, I'm editing a video right now. I might as well just go live because there were cool. I don't know. I thought it might be cool if I'm editing the video and then giving my commentary on my own video on like things that I missed, things that I wish I had said better, because I've already edited like half of it, and there's so much that I'm like, wow, I'm really just stupid. But let's rock and roll. But their usage of all of this adult material and themes wasn't right. So just right off the bat, if you're when you see, because it's not out yet. Oh, this is really awkward. So when you watch this and you see me taking a drink of water pretty constantly, that's just because I'm trying to gather my thoughts. I did have like 8 Post-it notes laid out that I was referencing, and I do mention earlier in the video that like the Post-it notes have everything I wanted to say on them. That was a bit of an exaggeration. They didn't have everything. They just had a few quick notes. The only Post-it note that I really referenced in its entirety and only used from the Post-it note was when I was discussing sort of the financial success that the movie had accomplished. But every other Post-it note was really just like 2 or 3 quick little, not even sentences, just like a couple words just to jog my memory on thoughts that I had. Also, I've got a little bit of a bun in right now. Oh, all 0 of my fans. Thank you guys so much for being here. A very intentional manner that served the plot. And I think that's everything. Also, I don't edit on my phone. This isn't a normal thing, but what you have to realize. Sorry, let me explain. So I have a really old computer, and when I try to edit things and import videos from other sources, it really just wears down my storage on this computer. And so, because I only use iMovie, I don't have like Final Cut, I don't have Premiere, just because I'm. Oh boy, I'll stay down here. I look a little big right now, but yeah. So I use iMovie, and that just takes up so much storage, and even I'm trying to figure out how to use an external hard drive so that all of that, random access memory is being thrown at the external hard drive as opposed to my computer itself, because I wind up having to like delete my entire iMovie media library every 2 days, which is cool, I guess. But why did I start talking about that? Oh, because I showed you guys. Yeah, so I usually edit on my computer, but just for this one, because I didn't want to put all of this video into my computer, I was like, I'll just edit on here. Hopefully, I'm able to detach the audio so that I can upload this defense to the website. But if not, I guess I'll have to put it on my computer at that point.
It's commendable.
All right. Split. Please walk out.
So getting back to the pacing of the film.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna bring that little. Then I'll split that and cut. I'll 0.2 seconds out.
So getting back to the pacing of the film, with the quick pacing, there was little to no filler, and this applies to more TV shows, and so I don't know.
So when I said filler, or when I say filler, I mean like, and this doesn't really apply to a lot of movies now that I sort of think about it more, but it's just, I mean, the difference that I want to make is there's scenes in the film that are slow and they drag on, and the pacing does somewhat. I know that I make a huge point of the pacing, but the pacing does sort of suffer at some points. But everything is intentional. That's the thing. That's the point I was trying to make, was that a lot of the details in the film are intentional and they serve a purpose. I was thinking of Naruto when I wrote that. I was like, I know that there's like 800 episodes of Naruto, and about 300 of them are just filler, which I think is so stupid.
That's a really good comparison or a good point to make, but I just want to say that movies that have scenes or moments that just don't fit, you're just wondering, why did they put that in there? This movie has none of that. Every line, every detail, every scene is integral to the plot and moves the plot forward in a logical manner.
That's my guy right there.
And that's refreshing, because it's, it sustains my interest. It doesn't waste my time. It utilizes my time.
It doesn't waste my time. It utilizes my time. What do you mean it's utilizing your time? It's not utilizing your time. That's such bad wording. That is such poor wording on my part. That's poor wording. Porting. It doesn't waste my time. It utilizes my time. I need to make that a t-shirt. For all 0 of you guys out there, go buy my t-shirt. I
think that additionally helped hide a little bit of the flaws that the movie had in the acting and then the making sense department.
Oh boy!
Because everything
making sense department
flowed into the next thing. Again, with the pacing, you didn't have time to really analyze it.
Actually, you know what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go on to. I'm going to go share this video on Twitter and everything so that people will probably not watch it. Yeah, because I'm still... Damn it. Okay, switch over to that. Now I can share it. Now I can do it. Okay. Add that, switch over, pop up, like, bop. Let's see. Can I share it to another thing? What else can I share this to? Where else can I throw this? More. Please, at least. Oh, yeah, put it on Facebook. That's fantastic. Posting to. I can't post it onto the page. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That is abysmal. That hurts my feelings. Let's see. Facebook, Gmail. I could just Gmail it up to people. Why would I post this on Snapchat? Actually, you know what? That's not a bad idea. For all the 0 people that, no, don't press cancel. Press done. I think I pressed cancel. No, I pressed, something went wrong. God, that is so irritating. Oh, I did press cancel. That blows. No, actually, okay, confirmed. You can't share things on a Snapchat. That's a lie. Okay, whatever. Cool. For the one person that joined, my marketing is perfect. I am going through and editing a defense of The Butterfly Effect, the 2004 movie starring Ashton James Kutcher. I don't know if that's his middle name. I don't really care. I was like editing this video and I thought, you know, it'd be cool and a better use of my time to extend this editing process as long as physically possible is if I live streamed it. Here I am in my dorm room. Let's rock and roll.
On the bad stuff because you're like, look, I gotta snap into the next scene or else I'm gonna miss something.
Also, for the one person here, if you could text me, that'd be kind of funny. But the reason why I'm editing on my phone is because I don't have any storage on my computer. And so if I imported this file over, my computer would cease to exist. And since I'm only doing just like cutting, I'm only splitting clips and then deleting stuff. I'm not really doing anything too intensive for this. I was like, I'll just do it on my phone.
This is such a bad
Haley, go away. Oh, that's funny. Oh, you're gone. Oh, that's fun. Oh, well, it was good while it lasted. It was good. That's fun. Oh, you're back! Ow! That's funny. I should have known. I should have figured that the one person would be you. This is a really intimate live show. Oh, you're gone again. That sucks. Well, I'll just go back to editing.
Now, I do want to point out that...
That's a cut. That's a cut right there. Okay. Perfect. Split. Ow! She's back. Okay.
Now, I do...
No. Okay, so whenever I put this out there, you'll see that the way that I do like my transitions are I just walk off the camera and then I'll just cut to when I'm walking back in because sometimes I'll need to like take a peek at my post-it note. But the problem is when I walk off the camera and then I just like stand like right here. So it's like I'm still in the frame. And on my phone, I can't crop. So that's cool. Big drink of water.
Now, I do want to point out that this movie was not a bomb at the box office. The budget was $30
not a bomb,
and it grossed over $80 million in domestic.
I was actually very surprised by that. I was very surprised that it made so much money because if you factor in like the marketing budget, which apparently is like double the or not double, but like equal to the main budget, the budget for the film, whatever. The movie had $13 million. Including the marketing, that's like around 30 probably, maybe in total. And it made 80. I'd say that's a win. I mean, that's probably, I think I literally say in about 5 seconds, that's why it spawned so many sequels.
Which is about
Wait for it.
Equal to the budget, so it's 26 mil. Even if it's 30, that's still a $50 million game. Which I think is why they made 2 sequels. I haven't seen them. I can't speak for them.
Yeah, I've heard actually the, I've heard the second one is really bad. And then what's weird is I've heard that the third one isn't all that awful. So I don't know why or who came back for the third one. I was like, guys, we need to fix this trilogy and end on a high note. Just got an email from ASU Mentor Network. #no. Sorry, I'll probably look at that later.
I've heard that they are not of good quality and that they're not in the same caliber as the first film. But it's a successful movie financially.
That's the point I was trying to make. I was like, I'm not. I was like, I'm not analyzing a trilogy here. I'm analyzing a solo film, and the solo film was successful. Unlike Solo, a Star Wars story. Boom, boom. Get wrecked, Star Wars. You suck. Ow. I watched 20 minutes of Solo because I was planning on doing my first audio commentary for it, but I never got around to watching more of it. So I only watched the first 20 minutes, and I still hate it. I don't think I'll ever watch it again. It's on Netflix, actually, so I could probably do another audio commentary for it and utilize the same way that I filmed the Bandersnatch video, and nothing will happen. And what's so weird about that, I just want to make a note first. So the first 2 episodes of The Butterfly Effect out of the 7, I think, got taken down because of a copyright claim. I have a copyright strike now, which is dope. But the full hour of me going through the Bandersnatch thing with my girlfriend hasn't been copyright claimed. So I'm sort of confused as to where the line in the sand is for what's okay and what's not. Because for The Butterfly Effect, I don't use any footage. Like it's just audio, ambient audio that filters through. So I don't get it. I really don't understand it. There's me walking off again. And I just did it. I just did the thing where I walked off, but I didn't leave the frame. Gosh. Oh, that's disgusting. Oh, that's really bad. I don't know how I'm going to do that. That looks so bad.
I do want to talk about the tension and the stakes.
Tension and the stakes.
So, the main premise, as I've touched on before, is a butterfly effect film. If you do something in the past, it affects the present. And so that, I think, greatly enhances the stakes of the film. Because if Evan fucks something up in the past...
I use a big boy word.
What it's going to do in the future. I mean, we've seen examples of where he's quadriplegic. Kaylee's a prostitute.
I think this is actually a good point that I made.
And so I think that the stakes...
I'm not that stupid.
They're very genuine. And there's huge consequences. And the directors and the screenwriters, they make a point to show the consequences. Similarly to Spider-Man 2, everything has consequences.
Also, like, the only reason I mentioned Spider-Man 2 again was because I mentioned it earlier. And that's actually, I do want to point out again, my confusion as to why this movie did so well in the box office was because Spider-Man 2 came out that year. And I'll have to look for the specific months because maybe this came out beforehand and then Spider-Man 2 came out afterwards. So that'd be a point of contention where it's like, oh, this movie had enough time before Spider-Man 2 came out. But Spider-Man 2 dominated, if I remember correctly. I was 5. So... but yeah, I don't know how this movie made $80 million. I really don't like it's. I'm not as we'll get into it. I'm not saying it's a bad movie, but I don't know where the market is for this. I don't know who asked for this movie. Like, I don't know why this movie was made.
And so I also want to take on the tension side of things. The Cam Morgan score, as I mentioned before.
Oh, dude, one of the biggest problems I had with filming this was because I don't go to a film school. I don't really know all the professional terminology, the jargon that they toss around when discussing things like the cinematography, things like the score, how that differs from just like piano beats that occur during scenes. And so I just sound like a complete idiot is what happens. But I don't know. Hopefully for the 2 people that will probably watch this video, you can sort of read between the lines on my talking about the cinematography and the score. Please. Nope, I'm cutting that out. Nope. That's a no right there. No.
As I mentioned before, they score before.
Nope. Goodbye, bad joke.
They help to enhance the experience. I mean, the scenes where he's...
Yeah, that's a fine point.
It's incredibly close up to shape cam. It's so tense. I don't know if I have any other words to say than that.
I wish I had more words to say than that because that's not enough. I said that and I was like, man, I just drew myself into the fattest corner ever. Ugh. You know what's so stupid is I literally say, oh, the movie does a good job of creating real tension and real stakes at least 4 times during that section. Gosh. I'm so silly. I'm so silly and bad at this. Also, I do have to acknowledge. Oh, that's a big start over. Yep. Oh, man. I don't leave the frame again. I'm not out of the frame. Please, Ben, get out of the frame. This is going to be so awkward to cut if you don't get out of the frame. Please get out of the frame. Get out of the frame. Stop standing there. Get out of the frame. Okay, he's out of the frame. Thank God. Boop. Nope, out of the frame. Get out of there. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure how long this is because on my phone it doesn't really give me the timeline for it. This film's not perfect. It's not a perfect film. One of the biggest weaknesses falls, unfortunately, on Ashton Kutcher. I mean, like, here's the thing: the acting that Ashton does back then is like, I don't want to say it's super 2004, but honestly, it feels like it would fit right around that time. So, like, I don't know, it makes sense. Like, his acting was bad, but at the same time, I don't know, it fit the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, the movie was it accommodated his bad acting. And honestly, they're really, like, it's not like he was consistently bad the entire film. Like, there were definitely scenes where I was like, okay, this is pretty good. This isn't that great. But the thing that I mentioned multiple times through this defense is that, I gotta stop saying, my verbal crutches. I gotta get off the verbal crutches. What was I about to say? I actually legit forgot what I was about to say. Cool. Moving forward. Awkward moments where I'm like, Ashton, are you acting? You know how to act, Ashton? But again, this was really, I only really noticed this on my second viewing. The first viewing, the pacing really helped move past a lot of his bad acting and his weird choices. But the second viewing was pretty noticeable. Yeah. And so I do have to say that one of the weaknesses is that at times I'm like, Ashton. Yeah, I mean, like, on the first viewing, it was definitely noticeable. I'll say that. But on the second viewing, it just became more apparent in more scenes. That's the thing. Like, I perceived it in more places. That's sort of where I mentioned it. I think I didn't really articulate that correctly because I made it seem like, I don't know. And we're out. Let's see. Hold on. I just want to check something. What if I press this button? Ha ha! The microphone. I don't know. Wait, is that me? Oh, no, that's definitely someone else. Ha! Welcome to the stream, chap. I shall reiterate once more what I'm doing. So, I enabled my account for live streaming in order to do an audio commentary of the second season of The Punisher, which came out on January 18th. Go check it out. The first 2 episodes aren't that great. I'll be getting into that in a bit. But, additionally, I am editing a video that I've been trying to do for like a week and a half now. I think something like that. It's a defense of the 2004 film The Butterfly Effect starring Ashton Kutcher. I look like Will Turner with this little guy. Look at you. Ah. Oh. Now that, if that isn't like, well, actually, you know what? That just doesn't really look that good. But I figure it'd be interesting if I just were editing and then making a commentary on my edit, which is a commentary of a movie. Ha! So meta. I need fucking content. That's the thing. But, yeah, and also to explain, the reason why I'm editing on my phone, man, I really hope that no more people join because it's so much to explain, is because if I import this file on my computer will in fact crash because there's not enough storage to accommodate anything else. My computer's old. It doesn't handle storage very well, unfortunately. I've dabbled in an external hard drive trying to edit through there. Nothing's working. I accept the limitations of my surroundings. Let's hop right back into it. No. All right. So I just got done discussing the first weakness of the film, which was the bad acting from Ashton Kutcher. I actually forgot what the second thing that I talk about is. I filmed this, I think, last week. Let's see. I'm not going to cut that out. I'm leaving that in.
This is actually the last weakness that I have. It's broken up into parts.
Oh, narrative confusion. Yeah, okay. So there were just some aspects. So I watched this movie 2 times. I watched this movie for the first time ever, like 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I actually thoroughly enjoyed it. I went to bed afterwards, and I was like, man, that was a thick movie. And then I looked up the Rotten Tomatoes score, and it was a 33%. And I was like, I don't really understand why it's a 33%. If you're watching the entirety of this stream, you'll hear me say that the IMDb is a 7.7. So there's that. But I was just really pissed off, and I was like, I need to make a defense of this video. And in order to do a defense of that, well, not in order to, but I thought I might as well do an audio commentary as well, just for more content. Ha! And during my second viewing, there was just a lot of things that I noticed that didn't really make sense about the plot. There was just a lot of decisions. I'm closing this door. I don't like how that looks. I don't like it. Get beamed. Get nailed. Yeah, there were just like decisions in the plot that I didn't really understand. They just didn't really make a lot of sense. I didn't like the execution necessarily. The main one for me, and I think it's the first one, is Ashton Kutcher, his character, Evan Treborn, leaves his hometown for 7 years. He leaves all his friends behind. And then in college, he has this little thing, I guess, where little the point of the film that I can't articulate in words. But for whatever reason, right, get into it. Why am I not explaining? This is a video where I'm supposed to explain what the movie is, and I'm not doing it. I'm sorry to whoever the one person is. This is the first time I'm doing it. This is like really the lowest level of thing I could do. But he goes back to his hometown after 7 years and rekindles with a couple of his old friends. One in particular, a girl named Kaylee. Oh, there goes the viewer. Goodbye. It was a pleasure having you. It was my honor to entertain you for a couple minutes, I think. I think they were there for like 3 minutes. Maybe 3. Probably not. Yeah. So, also, just in other news, TJ Dillashaw just got obliterated in his flyweight title fight, yeah, which is very interesting. Da 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 da. Okay, let's just get back to the review because there's nobody here.
There's confusion. I touched on it before. I'm going to elaborate on it now. So there's just a couple things in the plot that are weird to me. They don't make a whole lot of sense. One of them is that the main reason why Evan continuously jumps back in time is to save Kaylee and give her a life that she's happy with, and where she's happy.
Yeah. So to articulate this a little bit better, so Evan goes back to his hometown. He talks to Kaylee, and I guess he brings up some bad memories for her because then she goes home and then kills herself later that night, and then Kaylee's sister Tommy calls Evan and is like, dude, my sister's dead. And also, like, his delivery of that is so monotone. It's another example of bad acting that I don't think I mentioned in there. But I was like, if my sister killed herself, I would be much more, and I thought that this guy was to blame, I'd be so much more livid. But yeah, and so Evan, after Kaylee's suicide, is like, you know what, I need to go back and change this. And so that sets him off on pretty much most of the film, is him going back and trying to give Kaylee a life that she deserves. One in which that he's romantically involved with her in, which just came out of left field because I was like, look, buddy, there's a 7-year difference, right, between him living in his hometown and then him coming back. And in that period of time, he didn't reach out to her. He didn't try to communicate with her. He didn't go visit her. It's not shown that he even missed her. It's not even shown that he cared about her. So the fact that the film wants me to believe that he'll set aside his entire life, I mean, technically, he had the potential to ruin his entire life by going down this rabbit hole of extremely not really thought out decisions to save this chick that he hadn't talked to in 7 years, and there was no inkling that he cared about her. So the more I think about it, the less believable it gets. I was gonna say the more unbelievable, but the less believable works exactly the same.
Because when Evan finds the journals, he's like, oh shoot, I have to go back to my hometown and see Kaylee and talk to her. And when he does, he realizes that her life has been sort of stunted. She's still in the same.
You like that? You like the big life? I like big and the big light.
She's unhappy with
big light noise.
Unfortunately, she actually does later that night kill herself, and so that sort of instigates Evan's motivations to go back in time and change things. But the problem here, the reason why it's somewhat not believable, is because it's also established.
Does that make a big difference? That doesn't really make that big of a difference.
Time jump between when Evan leaves his hometown and when he.
I'm gonna put it here.
Yeah, there's a 7-year time.
That's a bit different.
And I think it's important to just.
Yeah, I like that.
He didn't reach out to her.
I like that a little bit. I can do.
He didn't try to visit her.
Do shadow animals. No, you can't say it.
Yet the second that he goes back in time and says, it's all he can think about.
I like how it's so funny. I articulated everything that I was saying here in about like 30 seconds, 30, 45 seconds. And it's taking me like a minute and a half. Again, this is like my 4th time trying to film this video. I don't understand what it was. The second that I started filming, I literally just forgot how to talk.
Risks his life many times for someone that he hasn't thought about in 7 years. I just think that was interesting. Look, here's the thing. Maybe it's old memories.
Buckets.
And that sort of fueled his motivation.
Charles Barkley. Because you couldn't see that, I'm going to say I made it.
But it's just not really entirely believable that someone that hasn't been in his life for 7 years, regardless of their previous relationship, would have this much of an effect. I don't know.
Yeah, and that was sort of the main one that I had wanted to touch on, was just how weird that whole setup was. If there were connecting scenes where we saw Evan in those 7 years and he was clearly distressed about not being near Kaylee, about wanting to be there, maybe like a whole like a notebook situation. I wrote you every day for 365 days, and maybe you could set up a plot point where Kaylee's dad, who already didn't really like Evan based off previous encounters, her dad could have like taken the notes or whatever. Maybe that'd be too cliched. Maybe that'd be too much of a ripoff from the Notebook. But at least something to connect this desire to go like help her and change her life, because it's just not believable.
I feel like Evan's dad could have been fleshed out a little bit
more. Oh, yeah, good point. So, in extension to this, with fleshing out his dad a little bit more, because his dad really only has one scene. That one scene's revisited twice, sure, but it's only one scene. The reason why I think that the dad should be fully realized a little bit is to give more information on this disease that both he and Evan have, where they can travel back in time. Like, I feel I make a point in one of the audio commentaries, I think, or in this video actually, where I say I suspend my disbelief, but I also would enjoy a bit of an explanation or something, you know. And it's not like it's not like my life will end without an explanation, but I don't know. In order to construct a believable universe, you have to have rules that are followed. And there's no establishment of rules except for the fact that every time Evan comes back, he gets extreme hemorrhaging in his brain, which doesn't really go anywhere. I feel like the inclusion of the hemorrhaging, this is sort of just a ramble, I guess. I'm fulfilling the title. Yes, go me. The inclusion of the hemorrhaging was supposed to lead to some climax where it was like, you know, if he goes back, he can change Kaylee's life forever. He figured out the one memory he can go back to and change it for good, but then he'll die. I feel like that could have been the sacrifice, you know, the trade-off. Like, Evan gets to achieve his goal, but he has to pay the ultimate price, and that ultimate price was established and reinforced throughout the film. I don't know. I thought that could have been a cool little thing. Let's see. All the boys are talking in the old group chat. Interesting. But yeah, so that was sort of why I wanted the dad to be a little bit more fleshed out, is just to flesh out the disease a little bit more as well. Is it a disease, the affliction, the gift, whatever?
Maybe ground because it's what with the whole time jumping based on looking at his journals, his father could do that too. And so I just thought that it could have been fleshed out and grounded a little bit more, maybe a little bit more explanation on how you do it and sort of what.
Yeah, the other thing is because, and this sort of gets back to the rules. So his father uses what is a photo album, and then Evan uses the journals, and then he also uses this like home video thing that's set up, which kind of out of left field. I almost think that like the film meant to, because the scene's written in, oh, your father used to look at photojournals, and then he's like, photojournals, Mom, can you bring those photojournals? And then she brings this video camera, and I'm like, do you guys have different definitions of photojournals? Because photojournals makes, wow, thanks, dude, with a giant engine in his Mazda 370Z. I'm sure you having a great night, but like, it's just, that's the thing. It's not really consistent with the rules that aren't established. So I guess it's consistent. It's consistent in the fact that there's no rules. I'll give it that.
And that leads me into my last sort of weakness, is the effect of the time traveling. So it's noted a couple times.
Yeah, okay, so I already covered this, but for the new person that just got here, what's going on? Welcome to the stream, dude. Shoot me a text or drop a comment, because it's just you and me, dude. It's intimate. We're together in this. But the point I'm about to get in, I guess, unless... Oh, wait. Oh, they're gone. I didn't recognize how painful it would be to have my one viewer come and go so frequently.
You're hemorrhaging in your brain because there's an influx of memories, and you know, every time that Evan does come back from traveling in time, he bleeds severely from his nose. It's like, but then he's fine. Then he's like walking, and there's really no visible toll on his body the more he goes back. So I think that was a missed opportunity with the stakes a little bit. You know, every time Evan goes back, there's a chance that he'll damage himself irreparably. Yeah, no, that's sort of, I mean, I just articulated that sort of point. It could have been a
bigger boost because, like I said, in the strength there was a lot of stakes and tensions, but I just don't think that they're as fully fleshed out as they could have been. And I feel like this would have been the perfect route to go to really have that oomph, that final, really dramatic showing of having the effects of the time traveling be a lot more drastic. Because I feel like it's just, I mean, it doesn't go anywhere. It's an inclusion to the film that doesn't really affect the plot that much. Because like every time he comes back, and this is sort of this is a film flaw, I guess. So there's actually scenes where the blood that's pouring out of Evan's nose, it literally just clearly changes from each angle that they shoot it from. It's really actually hilarious. You should the one scene that's super funny where he's in the doctor's office and the doctor's trying to make him remember the mailbox scene with the explosion and the baby and the mom. And it's every single switch. The blood's in a different place, and it's just so wacky. But that's the thing. There's so much blood, and then it doesn't go anywhere. Like all the people are like, "We should take you to a hospital," and he's bleeding profusely. He's going, "No, no," and then none of them listen to him. Also, there's this one scene where he's in college, and this is where he's a quadriplegic, and it's so much blood. And Lenny is taking him down the hall, and is like, "We gotta get you to a hospital." And Evan he falls out of the wheelchair, and he goes, "No, don't take me. Take me back to the room. You owe me that much." Like if I were Lenny in that situation, I'd be a little upset because I'm like, dude, you can't hold this over me forever. But is what it is.
Something that is stopping him, because then he does it again and again. So those are the weaknesses. I probably could think of a couple more narrative things, but yeah, I don't think that this is a 33% movie. I'd honestly give this probably a 7.5. 7 to 7.5 in that range. I think that's where this movie fits solidly.
Yeah. I'll 7. I hate to get so pretentious about this. 7.2 to 7.5. That's the range that I give it. I think it fits comfortably in that range. It's definitely like a low C film. There's nothing that. Yeah, no, it's a C. I mean, there's no way you cut it where it's a better film than that.
Most of the time isn't crazy. It's just reaction shot.
Yeah, that's the other thing. That's my limited knowledge on cinematography. Shot, reaction shot. That's my vocabulary. That's my entire vocabulary on cinematography. Shot, reaction shot, wide shot.
But yeah, that's my defense. I think I'll watch this movie for yourself.
I end this by saying, yeah, that's my defense. That is the sound of someone who's not confident in their defense. If you ever are like in a debate or something, and the person you're arguing or debating against goes like, yeah, that's it, man. That's all of it. You do what you want. I would literally be like, Coach, can we just disqualify him right now? Like that. That's so weak. I didn't know how to end it.
It's definitely a good watch. Definitely interesting.
Definitely a good watch.
Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll start on Riverdale. We'll see how that goes. Catch you cats later.
I'm trying to trademark "Catch You Cats Later" at the end of my videos, and I don't think it's going to catch on. I don't think it will. Also, I'm really not looking forward to watching Riverdale. But I have to appease the 12 people, or I think it was like 35 people who voted. Let's see. Okay, done with movie 1. Expert to YouTube. I'm the one to use Google.com to sign in. Yes, Google.com. You can sign in. This is so awesome because now I bust out 2 videos in one. This is another content stream for me to utilize. This is so great. Other than the fact that no one's watching, I mean, that's really the only downfall of this. Butterfly effect. My okayish defense of an okayish movie. Category Film and animation. HD. We're doing 1080p, boys. We're doing 1080p. Share. Boom. Movie's too long. What do you mean the movie is too long? Wait. Screaming outside my window. Outside my window. Outside my window. Private, public. I guess we'll just do 720p for this. My defense of the butterfly effect. Boom. Film and animation, and it is not going to let me share this, is it? No, it's not. Cancel. Cool. That's great. I could see the video and put it myself. That's so stupid. Gosh, this is why I hate iMovie. This is why I hate iMovie. The exporting is awful. Ugh. Okay, you know, while it's exporting, let's talk about The Punisher Season 2. So I watched episode 1 and 2. First episode is Blue House Blues. I don't know, I can't remember. But I'm not going to lie, guys. I was a little disappointed by the start of the season. I wanted a very strong, thick continuation. And based off the trailers, I was sort of anticipating not getting that. I saw that it was more of a road trip type theme. It wasn't in New York, which sort of limited the possibility of like Daredevil showing up, which would have been awesome if Daredevil had shown up. That would have been really cool if Daredevil had shown up. That would have been awesome if Daredevil had shown up. But I highly doubt it's gonna happen. I know Karen Page shows up, but I don't know if I'm looking forward to it because the show's probably gonna get canceled in like 2 weeks, unfortunately. But my thoughts on the first 2 episodes. I love Jon Bernthal. Jon Bernthal. I think he does a great job. It's a fantastic portrayal of the character. His acting is always on point. And like you could argue, that's just Jon Bernthal. But I think he really encapsulates the character, Frank Castle. I think he really gets the emotional side of it. I think he really understands it. However, literally everyone else in the cast is irritating me right now. I hated Madani from season 1. I really just disliked the character. Her character was the worst written one on the show, I think. And from the way it's going in season 2, I think that's just going to continue because now they don't have anything for her to do. Realistically, I'm surprised that she's back on the force. They said she was an SAC, which I'm assuming assuming is a high ranking or something. But she was shot in the head. Like there's no effects on that. I get it's a ricochet maybe, but still. Billy Russo is in the hospital, and that's sort of where we're getting the beginnings of Jigsaw. By the way, my one viewer, yes, while my movie's exporting because it wouldn't go to YouTube, I'm just going to download it and then upload it myself. I'm going to talk about The Punisher Season 2, from what I've seen, what I think, and I don't know, man. I don't know. I love the opening of Season 1. I'll describe it to you real quick. So we get a construction site. Frank's working there. He's got a full beard. He's got a giant sledgehammer. He's just chipping away, trying to forget his past. And then one of the members of these working with, a new guy that shows up, gets in the wrong crowd, a mafia type deal. And then there's a shootout that occurs and some other things. And Frank kills literally everybody. Frank just annihilates everybody. And it's so epic. It's so cool. And this season, we get a road trip with the most annoying teenager, I think, ever. It's just really disappointing. It's a disappointing start. And I was just talking about the characters, but there's one little thing that I want to mention about Billy Russo, who's going to be Jigsaw this season. So he's in a hospital, right? And he has this stupid mask on. Where did the stupid mask come from? And I'm on episode 2. Maybe it's explained later, but why would a hospital allow a patient to wear such a stupid mask? Also, his therapist or whatever, I don't know if it's a therapist or attorney. I think it's a therapist, but she acts like an attorney. Is so irritating. It's so not believable. it's so not believable. Like, why would I could get into like the little details, but I bet my one viewer here would be like, haha, that's nitpicking. Delete channel. So I won't. But I just, from what I've seen in the first 2 episodes, I'm really just questioning where the rest of the season's going to go, which is unfortunate because I've been looking forward to this ever since season 1, you know, because it's one of my favorite seasons of a TV show ever. I love it. It's a bit long. Sure, I'll agree. The pacing in season 1 is a little bit off. That's because they're trying to cover 13 hours. What would you do, one viewer? Mr. One Viewer? But we'll see. I mean, right now I'm giving it a B, a low B, probably like an 83 or something like that, just because I just don't think it's capturing the same sort of feel as the first season, especially with the new characters. The girl that he's road tripping with is so irritating. I literally can't. Words cannot do enough justice to properly articulate how irritating this girl is. I'm hoping. I don't want to say that I hope the character gets like eliminated very quickly, but she just doesn't do anything for the show. And I don't know. We'll see. I don't think that I can make too many comments right now because I'm literally on episode 2. Well, episode 3. I finished episode 2. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, yeah, that's where we're at. I don't really have a lot to say other than I love John Bernthal, love the portrayal. I think that he's going to be really the only consistently good thing about this season, unless Ben Barnes, who's playing Billy Russo, really kicks it into gear. Because right now he's been delegated to just screaming into a mask and being cocooned in like a psychiatric ward or something, which I don't. Also about that, like, why does Dina Madani get access to him? Why is she allowed to go like antagonize him for 2 hours every Tuesday and Thursday? Like, is that something that was discussed when he was brought in? Did she come to the meeting and was like, hey, I know that he's like in intensive care because his face just got smashed up, but I'd like to come in every so often and yell at him for what he did. He shot me. I'm going to yell at him because he shot me. Like, who allowed that? Well, why do they keep letting her in? Also, the first time we see her in there, she's taking a swig of a flask, which is implying that Madani's now an alcoholic. What happened in between the end of season? That's what I want to see. I don't want to see this. I want to see what happened in between season 1 and the start of this. Where did he get the mask? Why is Frank road tripping through Michigan? Why is Medina an alcoholic? These are questions that I won't get answers to. I was going to throw this, but this would probably break my computer. So it's in the hand for now. But that's where I'm at with The Punisher. We'll see where it goes. I am looking forward to it as much as I have just described my hesitations about it. I am looking forward to finishing the season. I think it's the same screenwriter that did the first season. Screenplay, whatever. So I trust his writing, but I know that there's a couple members of that staff that have changed. So we'll see. I mean, we'll just see what happens. With Riverdale, I'm thinking once this gets up, I'll try to start filming it. What's interesting is I've heard the first season actually isn't too awful. I've heard that the quality just drops off once you get from seasons 2 on. So I might actually not have a lot to say for season 1, which sort of irritates me because if I'm trying to start a series with this and I don't have anything to say for season 1, then no one is going to come back and watch seasons 2 through whatever. I doubt I'm going to make it to season 2. But for my one viewer, I doubt that I'm going to last with this Riverdale series because I have 4 subscribers. I average like 0 views on my videos. Why would I put myself through that of creating 4 seasons of audio commentaries and, reviews? Why would I do that if no one's going to watch them? Oh, Ben, it's because you have to keep consistently putting in hard work. If you build it there, I have 2 viewers. Oh my God. I'm counting this as a success. You can say whatever you want, but this live stream is officially a success. Officially. As soon as one of you guys leave, that's when I'm going to cry myself to sleep. No, shit. Okay, so what I was just describing to the new individual who just popped in. So after I finish up with this butterfly effect video, which is sort of the main point, I guess I'll reiterate a little bit later. But after I finish this defense of the butterfly effect, I'm going to consider looking into either doing an audio commentary or a review for The Punisher Season 2. And that's when, after that, I'll probably subject myself through Riverdale. But only the first season, because no one's going to care about it. I mean, as I just mentioned, I average 0 views, bro. That's an accomplishment in itself for all the effort I put into these videos. I understand, oh, Ben, it's new. You can't expect these things. I do, okay? I don't know why I don't have 1 billion subscribers. All of India should be subscribed to me. What if I change my channel into like a Bollywood channel, like a fake Bollywood channel to attract subscribers from India, get all of that traffic, and then switch back to casual commentators? Boom. Pyramid scheme, boys. That's not a pyramid scheme. I got introduced to a pyramid scheme today, actually. If you want to hear about that, it was disappointing as hell. I was contacted earlier this week on my LinkedIn account, which I've been customizing and connecting with people. And I got contacted by this, I won't say his name because I probably shouldn't, but I got contacted by this dude that works for a company, and he was like, hey man, I'm super impressed with your with what you're involved in, with what you're doing over at Barrett. And I was like, that is so kind. I love being recognized for things. And he invited me to this company overview meeting. And I was like, dude, I'm there. Count me in. And so earlier this morning, it was Saturday at 10 a.m. Why would I want to go to a company overview morning meeting at 10 a.m. in the morning? But I do, because I put in the work, baby. I churn out the results like butter. But I show up, and at first, you know what? It's great. I love it. I met the guy. He seemed fantastic. I got to meet a lot of the vice presidents, the executive vice president, all really fantastic people. Sat through the presentation, loved what I was seeing. Oh, I was like, this is heaven. This is where I'm meant to be. Honestly, I literally was walking back, and I was like, dude, what? This is fate. It's been confirmed. But then I did a little research. In fact, I didn't do a little research. I texted my father, and I said, hey, man, I just had this awesome experience. And he was like, oh, for what company? I told him the name of the company. He did a quick Google about it and was like, hey, man, that's a pyramid scheme. You probably don't want to get involved with that. And I was like, oh, what? So I did a little Googling my own. And what I've gotten is extremely polarizing results. People either say it's the best place on earth to work, or it's a pyramid scheme. So there's no in between, and there's no in between. So that's rough. I got called back for a meeting on Monday with them. That's up at 5 p.m. I don't know if I'm going to go to that because I don't want to get dragged into a pyramid scheme. I'm 19. They're going to try to take advantage of me. But what I could do, I was sort of forming this plan earlier. I was like, I could go in there, and they could try to play me. They think they're in my mind. They think they're saying all the right things, and then I could be like, oh, so why are you a Ponzi scheme or a pyramid scheme? Gotcha. I don't know. That'd be like my one big punch. And if they countered that with like, we're gonna call security, I'd probably just, I don't know, I guess I'd leave. But it was just it was so devastating, because I was like, man, this is a good opportunity. Things are looking up for me, and now they're looking down. Oh God, oh my God, I just spilled so much water. Oh no, oh no, oh no. I'm not even kidding, shit, oh no. I was like, what is that glugging noise? Oh no. Oh, I just bought that water yesterday. Damn it. This is what I get. This is what I get for calling that company a pyramid scheme. They break my water jug. How did that even happen? Fuck. Well, this has been a successful live stream. I didn't upload the video that the whole point of this was for. I guess I talked about the Punisher, so that sort of was the main thing that I wanted to discuss. I spilled water all over my floor. My very small room, by the way. There's not a lot of walking space, and now half of it is water. That's cool. Great. Well, it was a success. I'd like to thank you all. I'd like to thank you too for joining me. This was fun. I think I'll do this more often. It's very casual. I don't really have to prepare a lot for it. If you've watched the podcast for Hello? Hello?
What's up?
Not much.
What are you doing?
I'm just live streaming. Are you watching me?
No, of course not.
I think I'm being lied to.
Dude, do you even fucking read your chat? Seriously, do you even know where to look?
No one. Wait, hold on a second. No one is sending. Oh.
I literally have sent a lot of shit, and you haven't replied to any of it.
Okay, you know what? Here's the thing. So I had I didn't have live chat. I had top chat. We want to see Riverdale. Read your chat. Sounds like a porno. What show is this? Okay. Welcome to my porno, guys. Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. You're blocked, Andrew. You're blocked. We want to see Riverdale. Like I said, that should come probably. Should I even timeline this? I really don't want to do it, so I could probably push it back as much as possible. Next week. That sounds good. Because then when next week comes, I can just. Did you hang up on me? I did. I did. I have to end this. I've been doing this for an hour. I've been standing for an hour. I'm standing. My leg hurt. Also, here's the water that I just spilled all over my floor. What's up? Just peed on my floor. Need adult diapers. I don't think the Walmart near me carries adult diapers, unfortunately. Get a chair, dude. Oh, you want to see me in a chair? You want to see me sit in the chair that I have in my room? Oh yeah, this would be really good. This would be really fantastic. What's up, guys? Welcome to Casual Commentators. Foldable chairs are great. Foldable chairs would be smaller than this. This is such good do it like that. No. Yeah, the top half of my forehead. That'd be great. Actually, you know what? That would actually be kind of funny. But oh boy, thanks to all two of you for coming out tonight. It's been fun. It's been real. I'll definitely consider doing this. What is? Oh, it's because I have the lamp up. Lamp noise. Yeah, I'll definitely do this a little bit more often. I don't have to prepare stuff. If you watched the podcast that my fellow casual commentator Marco Zucchini and I did last week, which went great, but the editing process went so horribly wrong that I'm literally considering. I'm not considering not doing it again. But it was such an awful experience. Because what happened was, as I've mentioned like 8 times during this live stream, my computer is old as I can't curse. This is a Christian channel. It's so old, and like I don't have space, and so when because I was doing QuickTime, I was recording our conversation. I ran out of space so many times, and then when I was editing, I ran out of space so many times. It was awful, and like I had to lose like half of the podcast. Well, I had to lose half of the conversation we had. But for that, the reason why I'm mentioning this is because I had laid out a lot of the topics that we had, and I sort of called him beforehand, and I was like, hey, man, let's sort of discuss real quick some major points that we're going to go through just to break it down and sort of have a nice ebb and flow. It didn't go that way. I mean, there were so many times where I was like trying to get Marco off of a certain topic, and then he wouldn't. He would just keep talking, and I was like, damn it, okay, I guess we're going to extend this by 20 minutes. But with these, I don't really prepare anything. It's just casual commentators. Haha. Well, now that there's 0, I think it's time for me to leave. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Ugh.